and welcome back to my channel. So I have an announcement. I'm so excited. So I have partnered up with an amazing company called sistermissionaryclothes.com or Sorellabella. They are so cute. They have tons of fun sister missionary clothes, which goes along great with our video that we're talking about today. But I partnered up with this company, and a little hint on like something that's like to come. So when I hit 500 subscribers, I have decided that I'm going to do a giveaway. So I'm going to pick 3 of those 500 subscribers, just a random 3, and you guys will get a pick from a series of gift cards. And one of those gift cards is a gift card to Sorellabella or sistermissionaryclothes.com. And you don't even have to be a sister missionary. Like, they just have a ton of cute, modest clothes and just gorgeous dresses, so cute for spring. And so this is just a really fun website. So definitely subscribe down below if you are interested in getting free stuff, and also for more of my great videos. So no reason not to subscribe. But also give this video a like if you're excited about this giveaway. Anyways, today's video is super exciting. It's something that's been requested, and your guys' video requests in the comments are awesome, and I'm just like backed up like trying to make sure I get all these videos done because they're really good. And so your video that you have requested will be coming soon, don't worry. But today I want to talk about something super near and dear to my heart and a struggle that I went through, which is learning a language as an LDS missionary. Alright, so to start off, I started my mission in Peru. I had to learn Spanish. I went to the Peru MTC, which is a little bit different than the Provo MTC I've heard when it comes to learning the language. So, let's go ahead and get into all my tips and tricks for learning a language as a missionary. A little bit what the MTC is like. Like I said, I've heard that the Provo MTC is different when you're learning a language just because it's not as immersive. The classes obviously are all in that foreign language, but when you step outside of the classroom, there's so many other missionaries there that all speak English, and it's just kind of, obviously it's very easy just to stick with your native language. Whereas when I went to the Peru MTC, I was freaking out because I was in a foreign country, I was not able to speak to anybody, and I was just thrown into this like hardcore academy of Spanish for 6 weeks. And we got there and I had no idea where I was going. I didn't know what time it was. I didn't know what I was supposed to be doing and all these things because everybody only speaks to you in Spanish. The staff, the teachers, everybody, it's all Spanish. Or, you know, it's in your MTC, it's going to be all just that language. And it's intense, and I cried a lot, and it's overwhelming. And it's honestly just like reverting back to being a little kid because you are going over basic grammar, you are just learning the absolute basics. 2 years of high school Spanish or whatever other language that you maybe took in high school cannot prepare you for actually, you know, the MTC. You're going to learn more in the MTC in 2 days than you learned in those 2 years of Spanish. I can guarantee it. It's intense, but it is awesome. And second of all, I can definitely tell you that the gift of tongues is real. I feel like it's a very commonplace thing to talk about in the church, but when you experience it, like, I'm getting goosebumps right now talking about it. It's amazing. I remember very distinctly when I only had about 2 months in the mission and I said something to somebody and I said like verbs that I didn't even know where they came from, and I was so impressed with myself. I couldn't believe it. And like, gift of tongues is super real. And also, number 3, fake it till you make it. I look back right now at all my letters, especially right now as I'm going through and doing my little preservemission.com book that I'm creating. I'm looking back at all these emails. I'm just dying laughing because all the time I was like, oh, the language, it's going great. I understand so many people. Like 3 months in, I'm like, oh yeah, everybody understands me. I know what they're saying. It's easy. It was such a lie. But for real, you just have to fake it till you make it, build that confidence, and just pretend like you know what you're doing because you don't. Number 4, I can confidently say that I could completely express myself at 6 months in the mission. I was able to, you know, say what I needed, I could get my point across, and maybe everything wasn't grammatically perfect, but, you know, it got the point. 9 months, I could easily, you know, converse with people about things outside the mission. Because when you're in the MTC, you only learn how to be a missionary in your language. You don't learn basic conversation. It's kind of crazy. But you do what you need to survive. And obviously, you're a missionary, and you need to learn the vocabulary to be able to survive as a missionary. And so the rest just comes. But by the end of your mission, I can definitely say that the reason that missions are only like 2 years or 18 months when you are speaking a foreign language is because by then you are ready to go home. You can get sassy in foreign languages and you get fluent, and that definitely happened to me. I was starting to say stuff to people that I definitely should not have said, and I was getting to be very sarcastic in a language that sarcasm wasn't really a thing. So, okay, number 5, fluency is like, it's different. So when you think of fluent, you might think, oh, I can speak the language absolutely perfectly without even like a grammatical error. I can't even speak English without a grammatical error. Fluency is a far different thing. Being fluent in a language just means that you can express yourself. You can say anything you want to. It's not going to be grammatically perfect. It never will be. Honestly, nobody's grammatically perfect. And so that's really what fluency means. Number 8, you do not need to prepare for learning your language before your mission. That sounds crazy, I know. But when I received my mission call, I had 6 months between when I received the call to when I left the MTC, and my dad was like, hey, do you want to enroll in some Spanish classes? You know, you took 2 years in high school, but you really didn't learn anything because, let's be honest, no one learns anything. But I was like, no, I think I'm going to be fine. That's what the MTC's for. And I'm so glad I did it because, like I said earlier, you're going to learn more in 2 days at the MTC than you did in 2 years of a Spanish class or whatever. Because 1, missionaries are empowered. 2, gift of tongues and just sheer survival mode. So when you get to the MTC, do not bring any Spanish books with you. Don't even bring a dictionary. They're literally going to give you everything that you will need. And I have a whole nother video talking about if you need scriptures in your native language. So go check out that. It's called Scripture Marking for LDS Missionaries, so I will have that video linked down below. They will give you all the books that you need to know. When you get to the MTC, they're going to give you a pile of books. These books are going to walk you through it, and you're going to be like a little kid. And the way that you learn is through repetition. And I remember just, you know, constantly people asking me, where are you from? What's your name? Like, who are you? All these things. And those questions just get ingrained in your mind, and you just start to remember everything. In the vocabulary, you start to remember just, you know, what stove is, what hat is, what blanket is, all these things. It just starts to stick. And it will. It will take time. Like I said, I didn't feel like I really could express myself until 6 months. And it can be scary, but it is the most rewarding thing that you will ever do, like up to this point in your life. Learning a language is amazing. And for those of you that maybe do not have the opportunity to learn a language, it's okay because you are going to struggle in some other area of your mission. So there's no reason to maybe be down that you aren't learning a language or that you are. Because honestly, it's just everybody's different. We all need different things. So there are going to be a few things that, like I said, they will give you to help you. And once we left the MTC, we were given basically a college Spanish book. And this thing is intense. I couldn't believe that I was able to do college Spanish material. And you will have language studies still a half hour every day in the mission field, which is great. Definitely use it. It doesn't necessarily have to be in book form, but you can make it really fun. And sometimes language study might turn into nap time. Let's be honest. But definitely use it wisely. And now I kept this book. I ditched all my MTC books because they were super basic. But I went ahead and kept this book because I'm trying to keep up with my Spanish now. And then also I'm working on testing out of Spanish to get my minor in college. So that way it's just kind of like free credits. I did all the work. Heck, I want the freaking college credits. And so a couple other things that I did, like for example in Spanish, they will give you a list, a little laminated chart. I can't find mine right now, so I'm sorry, but they will give you a little laminated chart that maybe has a ton of different verb conjugations. Or if you want to make your own chart of, various vocabulary or questions, it just depends on how far along you are in your mission. And you can have that little chart, and what I did is in my little agendas, or missionary agendas, oh my gosh, if you're in an iPad mission, you won't have these. Okay, this is super antique, I'm sorry, but it's not if you're going to South America, because technology in South America that doesn't exist. You will get shot if you have technology. No, I'm kidding, not scary. So when you have your little agenda, what I used to do is I used to just take a little post-it and I used to just pop a little, make a little pocket in here, and I would slip that list in of whatever I wanted, because then I could just easily take it out. There's not really blank pages in these things to write questions or write vocabulary down, so I would just pop that out, and then while we're walking down the street, I can just review things. Or a lot of times in lessons, I wanted to ask somebody a question, but I didn't know how to form it, so I would hurry up and I'd look at that list, and I would be able to figure out how to say it. So that was a big lifesaver. Definitely do that as you're out in the field. Another thing that's really great to read before your mission, and you're going to read a ton during your mission, is Chapter 7 of Preach My Gospel. So this has a ton of great tips for learning the language. It's super helpful, but honestly, I can just tell you that the best way to learn your language is just speak. And I knew a lot of missionaries that were afraid to speak and they didn't, and it took them so long to learn the language. And little Miss Outgoing me, who was honestly very frustrated about learning a language because I'm a communications major. I love public speaking and all these things, and to not be able to express myself to people, I felt stupid, and it was so frustrating. But I just spoke whenever I could, and I just forced myself, and it was so wrong so many times. But first of all, people realize that you're human, and a lot of people are going to make fun of your Spanish, or whatever language you're learning how to speak. It's heartbreaking, and it hurts a lot, and I still remember some of the cruel things that people said to me when I was still like in the process of learning the language. But honestly, even to like my last week in the mission, I could speak fluently, I could say whatever I wanted to people, and like I said, I even got a little bit sassy, but people still said rude things about my accent and about all sorts of things. You are going to experience a lot of adversity, but there's going to be so many great blessings that are going to come through you learning this language. So be super grateful, don't be freaking out at all, you're going to be fine, you're going to make it through. Learning the language will be like the least of your worries. I remember one of the girls in my first area, when I first got out of the MTC, told me, what is your biggest fear right now as a missionary? And I'm like, that I can't speak to anybody. And she's like, I wish that was my like problem right now. She's, I'm so far past that. Like, you will be too one day. You're gonna have so many other big problems. And at the time when you're in the MTC, you will look at the people that have, 6 weeks learning the language or 4 weeks, and they're gonna look like pros to you. And when you're a month out of the MTC, you're gonna look back and laugh, because honestly, nobody knows what they're doing. And don't be afraid to ask for help at all. It's something that you really have to learn to let your pride go. It was very hard for me because, like I said, I love public speaking, I love all these things, and I couldn't even, ask where the bathroom was. So it is tough, but it's so rewarding. And if you guys have any questions about language learning, or want to share some tips, go ahead and share them in the comments down below. Go ahead and share this video with somebody you know that is getting ready to go on a mission where they have to learn a language, and so that you can help them out. And go ahead and subscribe down below so you can be one of the 3 lucky subscribers when I hit 500. We're getting close, guys. I'm already at like 200 subscribers, so it's gonna be pretty soon. And it'll be even sooner if you subscribe. So yeah, and like I said, I am still working on my book of LDS mission emails through preservemission.com. There's a promo code down below to get you a discount on your book. Or if you want to start preparing your book right now before you leave on your mission, and then have just everybody update your emails to the website as you're on your mission, when you get home, you'll have a complete book. So yeah, definitely check out preservemission.com. Also, sistermissionaryclothes.com, super cute, tons of awesome clothes if you are getting ready to go on a mission, or even if you just want a fun spring dress. And remember, if you want to find me on Instagram or Facebook, my Instagram is @justjessie. Actually, it's us Jessie, but yeah, anyways. And my Facebook is Millennial Mormon, and you guys can keep up with all of my stuff on those 2 social media sites, and always here at Millennial Mormon on YouTube. So yeah, like I said, stay tuned for future videos where I'll be announcing more of the giveaway prizes for the 3 and 500 subscribers. So yeah, that is it for today's video. Bye, guys!